Om. 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 Sairam, everyone. Just sorry about the short delay. I will start with a recollection of what we discussed last week. Swami is listing out the sugunas which Jnani possesses. Swami has listed 4 of them so far: Amanitvam, Adambitvam, Ahimsa, and now we are Sahana or Kshanti, as Swami said, which is forbearance. That's what we were discussing last week. We had looked at it in various ways. So I'll ask the sisters to continue from where we left off. Saira.
Then we have Shama, forbearance, as the 4th. This is called Shanti as well as Sahana, putting up with something. It means that you should consider as unreal the evil that others do unto you, the loss that you suffer through them, the hatred they evince towards you. Treat these as you treat a mirage. That is to say, you must develop that degree of patience or fortitude. It is not the helpless putting up with the evil that others do because you are powerless to retaliate. It is the expression of the peace that reigns in the heart, that outer behavior of Shanti. True, many people put up with the injury that others inflict because they lack physical, economic, or popular support. Their suffering cannot be honored as real Shama. I'll go on with the next one too.
Yes.
Next, let us consider the 5th. Jutvam, straightforwardness, integrity, sincerity. It means the agreement of action, speech, and thought. This applies to secular and spiritual activity. This is a facet of the 4th virtue, Adampitvam, or vanity. The 6th is Acharyo Pasana, the reverential service rendered to the spiritual teacher. This will promote affection for the pupil, and so he will benefit a great deal. But the guru who has no goal will only mislead the disciple into perdition. The guru must shower grace on the disciple as freely and as spontaneously as the mother cow feeds the young calf with milk. The teaching of the guru is the source and sustenance for attaining God and acquiring liberation.
Okay, thank you very much. Auntie, you can read Telugu, I think, before we continue.
Saira. Nalagavadi Kshama.
The 4th one is Kshama.
దీనినే క్షాంతి అని కూడాను అందరు.
This is also called Kshanti.
సహజమని కూడాను అందరు. సహజ, it is Sahana must be,
yes,
no?
It's also called Sahana.
Sahana. అనగా పరులు తనకెట్టి అపకారములు, కీడులు, ద్రోహములు చేసి ఉండెను.
Even if others have hurt us, harmed us, or deceived us,
తనను ద్వేషించుచుండినను,
even if they hate us,
వాటినంటిని స్వప్న దృశ్యములుగా తలంచి,
considering them as just mere dreams,
ఎండుమోవులుగా భావించి మర్చిపోవుట,
or as mirages and then forget them.
అయితే ఆ ఓర్పు చేత కాక,
that means without that forbearance,
శక్తి లేక విధి లేక ఓర్చుకోవటము కాదు.
That's or the having forbearance only because one does not have the power or the means for that.
విధి లేకనే and there is no other way.
Yeah, there's no other option.
Option for it. హృదయపూర్వకమైన శాంతితో పాటు
With heartfelt peace,
బయట శాంతి కలిసి రావలేను.
the external shanti or forbearance should come together.
లోకుల యొక్క మెప్పులకై
For the sake of the praise of the world,
తనకు ధన జన బలములు లేకనో
when one does not have the power of wealth, people, or physical strength,
బలములు లేకనో చాలకనో లేక తానేమి చేసినా చెల్లదనో,
whether one is without these abilities or skills or strengths, or one does not have sufficient quantity of them, or even if one does anything, it will not fructify.
ఓర్పుతో ఉండుట శాంతి కాజాలదు.
If one bears with other things, it cannot be called shanti or forbearance.
క్షమయును అహింసలే ప్రధానమైనది.
This kshama or forbearance is equally important like ahimsa.
Should I stop here so that or should I go ahead?
I think we had discussed this until last week.
Yeah, last week we discussed it.
So we can read one more, and if anyone wants, we can always discuss.
తదుపరి ఐదవైదన రుజుత్వం.
Then the next one, which is the fifth one, which is rijitva.
సామాన్యముగా దీనిని నిజాయితీ అని కూడా అందరు.
In general, in common parlance, this is also called straightforwardness, is the way they translate it.
నిజాయితీ అదే కల్లా కపటములు మాయా మర్మములు లేక
without any hypocrisy or hypocritical behavior or deceitful actions.
చేసే పనికి చెప్పే మాటకు తలచే తలంపుకు ఏకరూపమును కావలను.
For the thoughts, word and deed, when they are in unison.
అది లౌకిక అలౌకిక జీవితములు రెండింటి ఎందును ప్రధానముగా పాటించవలసినది.
This has to be practiced in both worldly as well as spiritual endeavors.
ఇది బహుశా అదంబిత్వము యొక్క మరొక పాదముగా తెలియచున్నది.
This is another facet of the quality of adambitva, which second one.
Okay. ఇక ఆరవ గుణం.
Now the sixth one.
ఆచార్యోపాసన.
Which is acharya upasana, the worship of the teacher.
లౌకిక విధులకు ఎట్లు గురువు అవసరమో,
just the way a teacher is needed for the worldly knowledge,
వేదాంత విద్యలకు కూడాను అది అవసరం.
for the learning of the Vedanta texts also someone is needed.
గురుభక్తి వలన గురువునకు కలిగిన శిష్య వాత్సల్యము శిష్యుని ఉత్తమ స్థితికి తేగలదు.
So due to the devotion to the guru, and because of that, the vatsalya or the love of the guru towards the disciple, as if that is towards a child,
it will take him
that will take the shishya, the disciple, to a great state, supreme state.
అయితే గురిలేని గురుత్వము భ్రష్టమైపోవును.
That means the gurutva means I would say the a teacher who does not have for purpose will become something which is wasted or one which is lost.
దూడను చూచిన ఆవు చేపుకు విడిచినట్టు అట్లా శిష్యుని చూచి గురువు అనుగ్రహమును అందించవలెను.
So just the way a cow looks at a calf and a chepuku with a
Spontaneously it gives
okay. It spontaneously it gives milk.
milk
Just the
flows.
same way. Yeah, just the milk will flow spontaneously. Just looking at the disciple, the guru also will bless him with his
Grace.
knowledge. Knowledge, I would say.
అనుగ్రహం భగవంతుని పొందుకోరుటకు మోక్ష ప్రాప్తి నొందుటకు గురు బోధనలే ఆధారము అని తెలిపింది.
For attaining the Lord, God, also to attain moksha, liberation, the teaching of the Guru is the basis. Thus, it is said.
Yeah, let's start. Stops.
Okay, Sairam.
Sairam.
So I will stop here. So Swami has introduced, I think we have already discussed Shanti last week. If anyone wants to discuss anything about the Shanti or forbearance, please do. But Swami has also introduced two other qualities, which is Rijitvam, which is straightforwardness or honesty or whatever you want to call it. Swami, the thought, word, and deed has to be in unison. The next quality which Swami has introduced to us is Guru, the worship of the Guru, Acharya Upasana. So I will stop here. If anyone would like to discuss this, any of these qualities, please do so.
Sometimes people put up with all kinds of insults, all kinds of unfair dealings with them because they can't retaliate, because they can't give back. If they retaliate, there will be a lot of problems for themselves. So sometimes people keep quietly, they take all the insults, they swallow them. But that is not Kshama, Swami says. Sairam.
Sairam. Thank you, Auntie. Yes, Swami usually says, security guard who is a night watchman cannot become tapasvi. Just because he's at night, he's awake. Or he's doing Shivaratri Vratam or something like that. It's then Swami also says sometimes husbands fight with their wives and then they don't eat that day and they call it, I'm doing upavasa. That cannot be called upavasa. Like that, Swami has given some examples.
But how to deal with such a situation where you are being given all kinds of unfair behavior to others, and then that person, how can he how must he behave?
Thank you, Auntie. So Auntie has asked a question this time. So anyone who would like to volunteer and answer what you think we should do? I think Kalyani had asked that last week. Okay, I guess maybe she can share what she thinks.
And I guess if we're in that situation that Swami's describing, where we don't have the financial or people or power to retaliate, I think that Swami's saying that even if that's the case, like I think it's if we in our mind are putting up with something out of I mean, not from a sense of like frustration or helplessness, but from a sense of love, I think then maybe we can still practice Kshama even if we are in a helpless state.
Yes, thank you, Kalyani.
Sometimes what happens is, even if you don't retaliate to that person, but in your mind, that still, that small feeling that, oh, she insulted me, she called me names, such things persist. To forget it and then to forgive the other person, we need a lot of strength, mental strength, I feel. Saira.
Yes, Sister Shivani.
Sairam, just to add to what Auntie asked, so are we saying that even if you are in a good position, we should not retaliate at all if we are treated unfairly? If we think it's injustice, it's not fair, so we should not retaliate, or should we move? We should do whatever we think is right without any judgment, or not the judgment, without without judging people how they feel about us, and whatever they feel, whatever feelings they have towards us, we ignore, because we're dealing with the situation, not with people. So that could be forbearance. Just to add to what Auntie asked, it's a very good question I had in mind. If we are treated, so we should sit back and let it happen, or should we move forward, but not to judge or feel suffer deep down at our core because you're just dealing with the situation, and not get hurt at any level. Don't feel hurt.
So, sister, was it a question or was it a statement?
A question just to add to what Auntie's asking, that Auntie's asking if people are treating us unfairly, is it okay? I mean, I don't know, Auntie, if I misunderstood you, that should we move forward, or we should, it's okay, Shama is, whatever is happening, just take it, irrespective of your position and status, or if you are in a good position, if you are physically and you have those skills, you can move forward and explain, how do you feel, or how it should be, or we should just sit back and then just take it.
So I think, sister, you're asking the question whether, I think we're giving a few options: retaliate, or ignore,
or accept it,
accept it, retaliate, accept it, or tell the other person what we feel, or what to do, what else to do.
Yes,
that's the question.
So
others can opine whether that can be called forbearance, number one. Number two, if it's not, then what should we do? I think that those are the questions which have been posed. Sister Aruna, you have an answer or question?
Sairam, brother, it's a question again. See, when there's a powerless to retaliate, what we have to do? That is something, we have to be, but we know that is something we cannot. So what is the option we have?
That's the question.
Thank you.
So the same question in different flavor, I guess. Just Auntie Sakku, I don't know whether she has an answer or question.
Answer.
Okay, very good.
Good.
Okay. I can't remember where I got this story, whether it's from Bhagavatam or I can't remember. But there was a guru who was quite harsh on one particular student. The student thought that he is very, very harsh on him, and he felt like killing the guru. So he climbed onto the roof. He stood there and he took away the tiles from the roof, and he was about to drop a big stone on the head of the guru. But at that time, the wife, inside the hut, the wife was asking why you are too harsh on that particular pupil. The guru said, because I see a good, he is going to liberate his soul. I want to help him to reach that state. So I want him to be concentrating on whatever I am teaching. Then he heard from the roof. Then he thought, my God, what did I try to do? And then he came down. After that, it was bothering him that he tried to kill his own guru. But one day, he couldn't bear the pain within him. He asked the guru himself, if a pupil wants to retaliate and kill the Guru for being very strict, what is the punishment? The Guru said, you have to dig a hole and you have to spread twigs and leaves and wood, and then set a fire. You have to sit in the fire and you have to burn yourself. So this person, he got inside and did all this, but he started writing, praising the pupil. I can't remember the title of the poems that he wrote about the Guru. He wrote halfway, it stopped because by the time he died. So as this is a teaching that is for everyone, what is your intention? If you want liberation of your soul, whatever the Guru is trying to do, accept it with forbearance and with peace of mind within you. Otherwise, you will end up like that pupil who couldn't bear it and who got misled. Thank you, Saira. I hope I answered.
Okay, thank you, Auntie. I think the question, as people who post the question should say, but I will ask Sai Satish. Please go ahead, Sai Satish.
Sorry, Ramana. So, if we look at the story of Lord Krishna and Jarasandha, we know that when Jarasandha repeatedly kept attacking Mathura, Lord Krishna decided to move to Dwaraka and establish it from the scratch. So we can take that Lord Krishna, of course, he accepted the title of Ranchod also because of that. So we can always say that Lord Krishna, he should have stood back and retaliated, because we know that what Jarasandha was doing was anyway unjust. But at that point in time, Swami would always say Desha, Kala, Paristhiti and all of that, based on what is the situation, what the time, the scenario surrounding it, the people involved. But always what is happening is whether we retaliate in a sense of a literal sense of retaliation, or whether we move out of that scenario. What is the overarching intent is what we need to see. Is it coming from a level of the suffering that we are undergoing from within, and that suffering we want to inflict it on the other person? Then obviously it becomes a very gross level of retaliation and all of that. But the same Lord Krishna, when it came to the Pandavas, we know that the Mahabharata happened for the injustice. So we will have to see overall what is the broader intent, what is the outcome of that whole scenario that we are dealing with. Is it based on a larger perception of setting things straight so that the other person, genuinely we are looking at them becoming correct or walking the right path? Or is it because that person caused pain and suffering to me, I am going to go back and inflict the same pain and suffering on that person? So that larger intent will decide even whether we are retaliating in the sense of like getting back. Retaliation, I just mean putting things in perspective back, or we just decide to keep silent. That overarching thing depends on what is the true intent. Are we doing the same thing the other person did to us? Are we putting that back on their plate? Or are we looking at their growth even as we are trying to work our own growth? So I'm just trying to put it in that perspective of what Lord Krishna did in two different situations. So yeah, that's another thing to consider. Saira.
Thank you, Sai Satish. So let me ask all those asked questions. What do you all think from the responses? Is there some understanding of what you should do, or?
Thank you so much, Sai Satish, brother. It was very clear. It was, it's about you, or it's about at a higher, you're thinking about at a different level, and giving those two scenarios is quite helpful. Thank you.
Sairam, sister. Anyone else would like to comment?
Sairam,
Sairam, sister.
For up to certain level, I agree, putting up with the things or the forbearance, that will work. If we have to follow that path entirely, what about the independence of the countries? They they put up to certain level. Once it exceeds certain level, then at that moment onwards, in each and every country, they have gone through this, the independence war or some sort of, uh, liberation. The liberation, it could be the inner liberation or the outer worldly liberation too. So if we don't have that sort of, the retaliation in certain level, we never ever had any liberation or independence at the worldly level. Uh, the of course, the spiritually inner path, that would only individually it will affect. I can put up the things for I can tolerate certain things, and that will affect only myself. But if I am a leader of the country, if I put up the things, and what will happen, that's why I thought that maybe Brother Sai Satish also mentioned, it depends on the circumstances too. If it's an individual level, we can put up and we can tolerate and forbearance. But if it is a collectively on a nation level or something, we have to look at the bigger picture. I could be wrong, but I just have had this the thought in my mind. I just wanted to share it. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you, sister.
In the beginning of the paragraph, Swami is giving two options to us how to face this thing. One is treat it as a mirage. Whatever comes to you, whatever challenges, whatever insults thrown at you. And then second one is in Telugu, Swami says, Aite swapna drushyamuluga talanchi. Treat it as a dream. That is not translated here. So maybe Swami wants us to forget and forgive. We all come across this statement. You must forget and you must forgive. So Swami is suggesting two methods how to deal with such people. One is to treat it as a mirage, and the other one is to treat it as a swapna drushya. It's a dream which has taken place. But to reach to that level, have we got that evolution of the mind to take things as they come? That's the question. Saira.
Thank you, Auntie. Auntie Sakku, you have raised your hand.
Yeah, this is, I just want to find out this, all this is for a spiritual aspirant, right? Not for a politician or not for a country leader. This is for a spiritual aspirant who wants to reach the goal of liberation.
Yeah.
This doesn't apply to the politician or country leader.
No.
So that's my answer.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you say that though, like Gandhi, for example, or Krishna, when he was, in the Mahabharata war, I think they would have both been practicing Kshama as well.
Yes,
Exactly. I also thought we have taken epic Mahabharatam as even though that is a worldly war kind of, but we take the internal meaning and the inner meaning too.
So, Auntie, that will also make a question. Can a politician never be a sadhaka? So, I think.
Brother, one more thing to that. Where's the then right conduct stand on this? So I'm thinking, where do you draw the line to say, I will stand for it, kind of? So that also we have to understand from this. Thank you, Saram.
Thank you, sister.
I think if it's about like doing our dharma, like without like following our dharma, and the kshama comes in terms of forbearing with anything that gets in the way of doing dharma. So the kshama is for us to forbear with anything that tries to prevent us from following our swadharma. Like I think, Uncle, you were saying in the one for amanitvam with the ocean, how the ocean is just itself. So it can forbear, but it doesn't change the composition of the ocean, no matter what people throw into it.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Kalyani. Yes, Auntie Saku.
Yeah, sorry, I'm Sita's father, Janaka. He's also very spiritual. He is very knowledgeable in the spiritual knowledge, but he was a king. But his ruling and everything, he was a role model to most of the kings. So I'm just remembering that.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you. Any other thoughts? Yes, Sai Satish.
Saramana, I was just remembering Swami would tell this Padyam on Kshama. He would say Shama Satyambu, Shama Dharma, Shama Shanti, Shama Prema, Shama Ahimsa, Shama Sarvambu, Sarva Lokamu. He would tell about Shama. So Shama is so broad that it spans everything, right? So and at that point when Shama is when a person is in that state of Shama, the punishment that is being inflicted on the person whom what we, the outside world, considers as a punishment actually becomes a blessing on that person. Because like if you would take even same Lord Krishna annihilating Shishupala, at the end Shishupala merges back into him. So for the world it became that he has been, of course, he has cursed the Lord 100 times and so on and so forth. But if we traverse back in time, we know that it was the same Jaya and Vijaya who came back as those people across ages. So I'm just trying to say that whatever is done by a person in that state of Shama only confers blessings on the recipient of that, be it punishment or otherwise, and it only confers the well-being on the world, because it is everything. What Swami would say, that Padyam itself, it is truth, it is righteousness, it is peace, it is love, it is non-violence, it is in all the worlds, across all time. That is what Shama is. So if that is the loftiness of what Shama is, whatever Shama touches will also confer that well-being, or that thing of propelling that person towards divinity.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish. Is everyone okay?
Brother, then Shama is a right conduct too, then. According to how Sai Satish was saying, explaining, being that also like as you stand for it with the forbearance, with your dharma, it's a right conduct equal to the forbearance. So it sounds. Thank you.
What do you mean by right conduct, sister?
When you think, it's a right, you feel that somebody is attacked you and you wanted to say something, but the powerless, but that's the part I was thinking. So how to show?
So I
I
think
don't
so.
know.
You ask a different question. You're asking, okay, I don't have forbearance
No,
because I am
forbearance is
powerless.
there. Forbearance is there, but I cannot now. I'm powerless. So retaliate because to show them this is the right I'm standing. Right? That's the part.
So then there's no forbearance, is it?
That is not forbearance.
Standing for the right thing is not forbearance.
Then what are you, when you say powerless, what do you want power for? You
Power
say
to understand, power to understand the right thing. I will see the discussion then. Thank you, Sai.
Yes, Auntie Saku.
Yeah, the aspirant is trying to purify his soul so that when he is merging with the divinity, his soul has to be pure. If we are trying to retaliate, tolerate for some time and then start retaliating, is not going to develop godly nature in us. The 20 virtues, nothing will be there. So we have to have forbearance, inner peace, and make our thought, words, and deeds all in unison. Thank you, Sarah.
So Sakwanti says that we cannot liberate ourselves if we are like this. I think that's in a nutshell. Any other thought? I don't know, everyone's.
Could you also explain a bit more about how kshama is everything in that sense, like how kshama is satya dharma shanti, and also what exactly are we forbearing with? Is it just sufferings that the body goes through?
Okay. What are we forbearing? I think the question is, I think first question is to Sai Satish. How is Shama everything? The second question, I think, is we'll come to the second question. Sai Satish, how is Shama everything?
Sorry, I'll attempt. So the usage of the word tolerance or forbearance limits the over the what Shama truly over encompasses, because if we go with the word of tolerance or forbearance, it gives a limited understanding of what Shama is. So in certain aspects, like if we take, maybe I cannot tell literally what Shama is, but if we take the episode where Draupadi has lost her sons, the Upa Pandavas, and Ashwatthama is brought back to her at that point, and they are to take away his life. At that point, she says, the pain that I am going at this point, when I lose my sons, I know what will be the pain that Ashwatthama's mother will go through when this happens. I think Kriti. So that's where she says, let him go. Of course, they take away the money and let him go. So at that point, what you see is empathy maybe comes somewhere close to that, where we feel what the other person feels in terms of their pain, their suffering. And looking at that, we magnanimously let go. Because more than what that person inflicts on us as a pain and suffering, it is what we discussed last time as well. It is what we inflict on ourselves repeatedly by playing and replaying that incident that person did to us. So when Swami talks about being in that state of taking it as a mirage or taking it as a dream, it is more about what we wipe away within us, the remnants of that pain or suffering that we feel somebody external has caused is actually the internal. So when we go back to again that state of Shama, it helps one be in the level of absolute truth, of knowing that we are not the body, we are not the mind, we are that Atman. And when being in the level of the Atman, it is the same Atman that is all pervasive in all beings. And when that all pervasive Atman, we take it in that way and reflect upon it. The person who is doing that also, we just see as a mirage, or even if we have to take it as the handiwork of God, like what Radha would say when she is troubled by her sister, that it is Lord Krishna who's troubling her. At that point, Radha was in the state of Shama, where for her everything started looking as Lord Krishna. So that would be the ultimate state of what Shama is as truth. And when we have Shama, with that understanding of Shama, whatever is done becomes righteousness, whatever is felt becomes peace, whatever is shared becomes love, and whatever is life becomes non-violence. So that is what I would say. Saya.
Thank you, Sai Sadesh. Kalyani, did it answer the second question as well? Oh no.
So is it like Kshama in its highest state? It's like you're basically acting from the level of the Atman.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, but if you could clarify a little bit more about forbearance, what we're forbearing with.
Thank you very much. So maybe I will talk. See, Swami says Shanti in our mind, Shanti externally. So at the physical level is Shanti. At the mental level, it is Shanti. That's the way Swami has explained. Both have to be together for the external Shanti to be called Shanti. So the thing is, externally, if somebody is beating us, for example, if the mind is agitated so much by the external beating, the external passive acceptance cannot be termed forbearance. We are putting up with it because the reality, the body is putting up with it. Okay. So even, there's no retaliation. Retaliation is to give back. Okay. So at the physical level, you just, the beatings, until it ends, you just sit there. Even though your mind may be agitated. So Swami says that is not forbearance. So that is putting up powerlessly while seething inside. Okay, that is the first thing. And there Swami that's the normal behavior of anyone in this world. They don't have powerless. They can't beat the person. If they say you are wrong in beating me, you may get more beatings. I think that's what Sister Aruna was telling. I'm powerless. What to do? I think something like that. That is, Swami says, that is not forbearance. So in such a situation, can we practice forbearance is the question. So what Swami would say is, if your mind becomes peaceful, then right away there is no real need for retaliation. It doesn't really affect you because a jnani has gone beyond the mind also. As Sai Sathya said, he only identifies with the Atma. So that person will never retaliate. Because his mind is peaceful. Body is getting beaten up. if the body can't bear, and you will say you will just move yourself some other place, like Krishna took all the people and left Mathura, because that way you physically it's unbearable, means your mind is still at peace, but you will remove yourself from such a situation so that the body can be tended to, or body can be protected physically. But the person will not have any ill feeling, because if your mind is at peace, you will not even negatively think about the person. You will say that person has that. It's like, you go near a tiger, the tiger is going to bite you, you will move yourself. You will never get angry with the tiger. You will say, you won't say, how can this tiger bite me? I'm going to fight with it. I will teach a lesson. Nothing will happen. You'll see a tiger's nature is to bite. I don't want to be bitten because I want to preserve my body. I will just move myself. But your mind will not be agitated by that quality. But we fail to do that with human beings. If human beings are biting us, our mind is not at peace. The jnani's mind will be at peace, because the reason why we are not agitated with the tiger is we never think we are also tiger. Okay, or the tiger is like us. We don't identify with the tiger. But with the human being, we identify with our body and that person's body also. So we are agitated. And so what can be done? We should first quell the agitation in the mind. That we can only quell the agitation in the mind by realizing that we are beyond both body and mind, which jnani generally has attained. Okay. So ultimately, forbearance is external passiveness, which is supported by inner peace and identification with the Atman, that I am the Atman. So then the question comes, will this person act? Like Krishna said, Arjuna, fight. Krishna properly tells Arjuna, Adveshta, Sarvabhuta, Maitra, Karuna, Evacha, all that. And then thinking of me, you fight. That's what Krishna tells. So such a person also will act. He may also beat somebody. He may also kill somebody. But all those will not have any negative quality in the mind. The mind should be at peace at all times. And then you fight. Why you fight? For the welfare of the world or the benefit of the person concerned also. So there, what will be at work is compassion. Even that's why Sister Aruna was saying right conduct. Right conduct is an English word. Okay. It is not a Sanatana Dharma word. So you conduct yourself in the sense, you will do what is beneficial for the person concerned who is doing the harm, or what will be the beneficial for the welfare at large. So that person also will act, which is not a retaliation. It's not a reaction. It is a response to a situation. You respond in a way that will make things better, world better. But you will not be personally slighted. Your mind will be at peace. You will be identifying with Atman. So this is the way I understand. I hope if there are any questions still, we can discuss.
Brother,
Yes.
Sairam, forbearance comes when you think something is right in your mind, right?
No.
No.
Forbearance is putting up with some physical punishment. If you want,
Okay.
at physical
Then
level.
if that's the case, then if we
Okay. But that should be supported by Shanti in your heart. Mind mentally should be calm,
yes.
at peace. And when you put up with physical troubles, then that is forbearance.
So the forbearance is you are putting up with the physical, the body wise,
Yes,
like a mental wise.
Yeah, that's what Swami has explained in his in Telugu, at least it's explained.
Thank you. I don't know.
Thank you.
Because you have put a very good this thing to us. Putting up without power is not forbearance. That is a good point, because I was thinking, if verbal abuse or anything, if you are putting up without any retaliation, that is forbearance. That was a wrong notion that I had it. So it is, you have to have that mental peace too, along with the physical peace. Both has to come together for forbearance.
Yeah,
Okay?
Swami, Auntie, I just read what Swami said. Swami
Whatever.
says it is the expression of peace that reigns in your heart, this outer behavior or Shanti. Okay. So that is thought, word, and deed should be at peace. And that can happen only when we identify with the Atman, which a Jnani generally has attained. Yes, Sai Ram, Sister Shivani.
So, based on our discussion, forbearance or Shama comes, my understanding, and there is a follow-up question, when you recognize yourself as a bodily level. You're, whatever is happening, you're putting up, you are, there is Shanti within you. However, if you start recognizing yourself at Atman level, super consciousness, his body and mind are just tools. So there won't be any forbearance because you're not feeling it. There is no suffering because you recognize yourself at Atman level. Does it make sense? Because at body level, yes, there is Shama, there is Shanti, but once you move with your sadhana at that level where you see yourself at Atman level, then there is no forbearance. Is it?
Why, sister? Even a Jnani will feel physical pain. Even a Jnani will feel physical pain. There's nothing wrong. He may feel hungry. He may feel physical physical pain and suffering may be there. Pain, definitely, physical pain will be there. So, but he will put up with it. He will not be affected negatively by that. That external pain will not affect the inner peace.
Okay. So it's more external. Okay.
Yeah, so that's my understanding, but I may be wrong. But
no, it makes sense.
Okay, Sai Ram.
Sorry, I was just going to add to the same thing what you were saying, Swami, like what Swami said earlier, noppi undigani badaledu. So there is just a pain that comes at the physical level, but the mind and the Atman remains untouched by it. It just witnesses the whole thing and responds to it accordingly. So just wanted to add that.
Yes, thank you.
So at any level, is it the thing we are putting up with is pain? The thing we're bearing?
Physical pain which is put up with while having a peace of mind and knowing that one is Atman will become Shanti. Because forbearance is an English word, but we are trying to understand the concept of Shanti. Shanti by Swami, or Kshama, which Swami says, is putting up with external physical suffering. If you want to call it, I don't know, the suffering is not a good word, but you feel the pain at the physical level while not losing inner composure, calm, peace, and identifying oneself as Atman. This is the state of a Jnani, which is called Kshama, based on whatever Swami has explained. Yes, Sister Shivani, are you still? Your hand is up. Okay, sir.
Brother, so forbearance, I can see the peace of mind supposed to be there, physically, only the forbearance we are practicing, but the response supposed to be there too. Am I right?
Response, you can, what response you want to do?
Yeah, because you are tolerating for a reason. So we had to show somewhere this the right way, or that's how the Mahabharata, they were patient enough. Then So Krishna asked to fight is the response for the welfare of others, right?
So if for the welfare of others, if you want to respond, you can respond.
Okay, okay, good. Thank you.
Or for the welfare of the person concerned also, you can act. You can act.
Act.
So you can act.
Yes. Not retaliate, but you can act. Okay, thanks.
I think that's what my understanding. Sairam Antisaku.
Yeah, I just want to get a clear idea. So whatever you do, you have to keep your mind and heart in peaceful state. Isn't it?
Yes.
Thank you.
And it should be externally expressed.
Externally?
Externally expressed.
Express.
Express in outer behavior as Shanti.
Oh, thank you. Oh my God.
Does Kshanti also mean to forbear or to put up with happiness as well and not getting attached, like still having mental peace?
Yeah, I think it's a similar quality, I think. But others can see. Because I think Swami has not covered that here. I think it may... you are right. But I think the other qualities which are mentioned also address that, I think, to a great extent. So you're asking about mental agitation due to something positive.
Yes.
Is that also forbearance? I do not think, but I know it has, maybe it's the other side of the same coin. But I'll leave it at that.
Sorry.
So I think we still be in the last week, actually. We have, of all the three qualities, I think we have covered Shanti. I think others silently, they were expressing their Shanti. Well, we all discussed. We can move on to the next quality, Rijitva. Anyone would like to?
It's an integrated personality, Swami is saying here, who thinks, thought, word, and deed. A person behaves according to that, then he is really following Rujitvam, one of the important virtues. Among the 20 virtues, Rujitvam is also one of the important virtues one has to follow while doing the sadhana. Sairam.
Thank you. Anyone else would like to comment?
In the English translation where it says Adam Vitvam is vanity, but it's actually absence of vanity, right?
I know in the Telugu it is not even there, Kalyan. In Rijitvam, Swami is only talking about, maybe I'm wrong. It's basically
One who
Bahusha Antija. Idi Bahusha Adambitvamu Yokka Marakka Padamuga Telichunnadi. So Swami says it's another facet of Adambitva. So that's what he says.
The English translation, it should read like absence of vanity, right? Like it's not vanity.
Yes. Adambitvam itself is absence of vanity. Yeah,
vanity.
sorry.
It's not vanity.
Because Damba is the vanity. Adambitvam is opposite of that.
No.
Yeah, the translation is, they should have, vanity is not of virtue. I think that's Auntie, what is Bahusha?
Probably,
I see.
ఎక్కడొస్తుంటది పౌలు
ఇది
బహుశా అదంబిత్వం యొక్క మరొక పాదముగా తెలియచున్నది. ఇట్ లుక్స్ లైక్ స్వామి లుక్స్ లైక్ అనదర్ ఫ్యాసెట్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ అదంబిత్వం. Maybe also you can say, Osha.
So adambitvam is absence of vanity, Kalyan.
Absence of vanity. So a ruju, the person who has got rujutvam, he will not show off. He will not show any vanity there. He is very true to his own word and thought and word and deed. So there is nothing showing off in that person.
Okay. So if everyone is fine with that, we can discuss Acharya Upasana.
Yeah, that we can know.
So one of the qualities, yes, please go ahead.
Sairam, brother, is that sentence is right? This will promote affection for the people, and so he will benefit a great deal. Is that the right translation?
See, I don't think it is reasonably okay translation. But what Swami says is, through an Acharya Upasana, the love of the Guru towards the disciple, as if for a child, will increase, and due to that,
He will benefit.
the Sishya will attain a great stage. So that the Guru Bhakti Valada, that means through devotion to Guru, Guruvanakku kaligina Sishya Vatsalyamu. So that means in the heart of the Guru, there will be a love flowing towards a child, towards his disciple. Sishyuni Uttama Sthitiki Tegalatu. That response of the Guru towards that love which flows from the Guru will take the Sishya disciple to a supreme state.
Yes.
Yes.
So Swami is giving a lot of importance to Guru, Acharya, and so on.
Thank you.
In those days, Gurukula Vasa was done by all the Shishyas. You remember how Rama and Krishna, they went to ashrama, stayed there with Guru Patni and Guru, and then doing seva to them. And then, Guru will, and Guru Patni both will look after that Shishya as their own child. But the situation now is different. I can't say anything. They have that no reverence at all for the Gurus nowadays.
But Swami has also made a statement, Gurulena Gurutvam Nashta Brashtamai Povan. That means a Guru. So, you worshipping a Guru who does not have a Guri.
Guri.
Okay.
He is goal.
That is
Guru is goal. Goal.
Goal, yes. Go without a goal. Okay.
Guru.
So that person, if you do upasana, that is just nashta and brashta. So it will only mislead disciple into perdition. That's what the translation says. So Swami just sort of put a warning of sort, if you want to put it that way. So one should only do an upasana of an acharya who has a goal, who has a supreme goal. So I'll just leave that.
So the Nashta Brashta is referring to the disciple?
Both.
Oh.
One will be Nashta, the other one will be Brashta. Both will be Nashta and Brashta. Nashta means loss. Brashta means fallen,
Arun, can you lead out from that your book? I don't have that Nashta. That sentence. Aite Gurutvamu.
Aite Guruleni Gurutvamu Nashta Brashtamai Povunu.
Okay, Nashta is loss.
So in English, how would you say that, Uncle, again?
So But the guru who has no goal will only mislead the disciple into perdition. That's the way they have translated. But Swami's, if you just word to word translate, Guru Leni means without goal, a goal. Gurutvamu, the teacherdom, if you want to put it there, Gurudam. Gurudam without a goal, Nashta Brashtamai Povunu. It will become a waste and a loss.
To both of them. To both.
So,
If
because
Why is Swami using the word gurutvam here instead of just saying a guru without a goal?
Gurutva means the principle of Guru, if you want to put it that way. So, principle of Guru means both are involved. No, a Shishya is the Gurutvam can happen only when there's a Guru as well as a Shishya. Okay, the connection between them is Gurutva. So, if the Gurutva does not have a purpose, a goal, everything is lost. I think that's the way Swami says. But it can also mean a Gurutvam can happen when good Gurutvam, Guri with Guri can happen, with the goal can happen when the disciple worships the Guru and the Guru's love flows towards him.
Both ways.
Okay, so a good Guru, Gurutvam with Guri, with goal is beneficial for everyone. But opposite is wrong.
So the guru is always the Atman or attaining moksha?
A goal. So goals, some people have finance also as goal. Okay, some people have, some power also as goal, but when Swami says Guru here, I think it relates to something much higher. Okay. Yes, Auntie Saku.
So in Balavikas too, whoever who is teaching, they should have a goal and the children also should be interested. Both.
Yes.
If they are coming for a part-time relaxing, then it's not worth.
You mean the teachers, Auntie, or the students?
Both.
Okay.
That's my fight all the time.
Yes.
Children should have good.
A higher goal.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Higher aim. Actually, Guru means aim. Aim also, aimless.
So if children are coming to Bal Vikas just because their parents are forcing them to, then is that a Nashta Brashta relationship? Or?
Okay, very good question from Kalyani. Now we have talked about Gurutvam. So I think we have quite a few who have been involved in SSC, Balavikas, and so on. I can almost everyone, I think. So I think, please speak up. What is it? Nashta Brashta? If the children are forced to come, what does? Okay, now none of you are children, so you all only be an acharya guru. You should. What will you do? I think that's the question. Yes, Auntie Saku.
Yeah, when I started in 2010, it was much better environment. Now, the parents want to just bring the children so that the children will get some good knowledge and it will help them. But the children, they come because just to please their parents. So the gurus, it's a part-time. So I don't think anyone is realizing the gravity of their responsibility. It is not like normal teachers. This is you are making the spirit of each child to blossom. That's Baba's idea. So I don't know what to do. I'm just saying.
So is it Nashta Brashta, Auntie? That's the question. And how can we avoid Nashta Brashta? If that's a reality, what can be done?
What can be done?
Okay, if you can think. Others, anyone would like to We have so many guru. I think Sister Narmada put her hand up. Yes, sister.
Saraman, I don't know. This is what I think. Just to answer Kalyani's question as to why, if the parents are children are being forced, I think it depends on the age. Also, if they are younger children, I think parents have to kind of like, you can't. It depends on the age and how it is. You have to kind of force, because the habit has to be forced. So it depends if you're thinking of group 1 or even early group 2. Yes, I think forcing is kind of, because you're kind of guiding them and telling them what to do. But when it comes to teenage, it is a battle even for the parents. I can speak from my experience, as well as the gurus as well. So you have to kind of think, I don't know, this is how I take it. Sometimes as you're growing up, you're older, sometimes you have to make the mistakes to learn. So you have to kind of, soul has his own path and Swami has his own ways. So in that sense, I'm not sure how much you can force the child. This is, I'm talking about group 4 kids in that sense, because they are kind of older. So this is how I see it. But if you're younger, if the parents are forcing, and I don't think it's a nashta brashta. Older, it depends on Swami's will, I think. That's my take. Sarah.
Okay, thank you, Narmada. Anyone else? Yes, yes, Sairam, Sister Ananthi.
Sairam, the nashtam part, always it's for the children, whether whether they come on their own, because of their friends are coming, or the parents forcing them to come to the SSC class. If the guru has no goal, or sometimes the centers also, if they don't have sufficient gurus, they will ask, would you like to be a guru? Whether why can't you be an assistant guru? And maybe eventually in 1 or 2 years, they will tend to function as a guru too. But the Akwanti, the way back maybe 20 years ago, the 15 years ago, that the gurus, they have dedicated, and at the times, maybe some of the gurus, they may not be working in the full time, and they have dedicated a lot of time, the very passionate about being a guru at the Sai Centres, and their dedication and dedication towards the Swami's teaching, it was much more higher than that of these days guru. And maybe these days also, because of the economic condition and those things, even every single family, both the husband and wife, or whoever is the teacher, they have to work, and the demand of the workers also is much more higher than those days. That's why maybe circumstances or context varies, and the maybe, as summary, I would say nashtam always is for the children. The ashtam, it's for the gurus. They will get, even if they try their best, the bad name is for the gurus. They would say that parents, they will complain. Maybe the center, the people also, they will complain to the gurus. This guru doesn't have much dedication, and uh, doesn't do the homework or the preparation and those things. That's why the nashta prashta, it goes both ways, the Sishya and the Guru too. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, sister. I don't know whether you offered any solution. I was looking for some solution. There doesn't seem to be a silver lining. But anyone else?
Can you repeat the question and nashta brashta one more time quickly?
It's nashta, sister. So no. The question is, when children are forced to come to the Balavikas, that situation, will it lead to Nashta or Brashta? What's the question? Can we consider it as Nashta Brashta? Or is there something better? What can be done about it? So the question was, if that is the reality, so can we just write it off as Nashta Brashta? Or what can be done in such a situation?
Thank you.
Sorry, brother, sorry, before the question, Nasta Prasta. Prasta means the Nasta, I know.
So Brashta, sister.
It's Brashta.
Brashta?
Okay.
Okay, Brashta means?
So if you want an exact meaning, Brashta is one who has fallen from a particular state. That's the way I understand. But let me give you an exact meaning. Ruined, ruin, dropped, lost, decayed, fallen down, whichever you want to consider. Okay. So usually, if you say a yoga brashta, means yogi, from a state of yogi, suddenly he has fallen to a rogi or a bhogi. Okay. So that means you come down from your state.
State of mind.
Wherever you are. So it's something where you have fallen down from an exalted state.
Sorry, one more. So Nasta Prashta, Nasta also same, right? Nasta Prashta?
Nasta means you lose everything from a worldly sense. Your money will be lost. Your time will be lost.
Oh, this is a worldly aspect that the Prashta is
exactly.
mental. Okay. Thank you.
See, they usually say if you...
Sorry for the interruption.
See, there's a poem in Sanskrit. They say, if you... God of death only takes life away. But a doctor takes life away as well as money away. It is a Sanskrit verse. I don't know. I think Auntie Mani and maybe Sai Sathesh will know that. Say that it's a famous quote. Lord of death only takes your life away, but a doctor takes both away, money also. So one is nashta, other is brashta. Sorry, I don't think.
I think it's Vittaharaka, something like that. No? Vittaharaka, the one who takes away the money.
Yes.
Yeah, and the rest one I don't remember.
So it's like the nashta means money also gone.
Gone.
Life also gone. I'm just trying to.
So if I may add to the discussion, I think it's every center's issue. Things have evolved where parents are pushing and what gurus should do.
Sairam, brother, I still remember. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. Sorry. I'll just quickly wrap up. Yeah, just quickly. My understanding is, of course, as a group 4 guru, yes, we see that. And if from the past learning from Geetha Vahini, if everything happened, even parents are forcing, there is a reason. There is a reason why these kids are sitting there. Everything happened for a good reason. So if gurus don't deter from their goal of teaching and put their sincere efforts, they have to, it's not part-time as Auntie Sakul said. They have to be sincere, whether it's Balvika's guru or other gurus. But now we are thinking about Balvika's gurus, you have to be very sincere. And we have been learning about all these virtues. You don't know who's sitting there, and in flip seconds, that will change. Even that child might be forced to sit there, but with your sincerity, it can transform kids. You don't know which sage is sitting in which. That's how I see which child, and he might just want to hear some word. And Brother Aruna, I have learned from you, the Sai Ram, that itself is so powerful. It's so powerful. We use it loosely, Sairam, Sairam. But if it's with sincerity and with devotion, we say that to kids, you don't know what will transpire to kids. So as a guru, we can't, this is not our role. That's my kind of understanding, to see kids are forced. We need to go with the goal. We need to understand what is my job, because there are lots of, we are building the future of other kids. So we can't mislead those people. And we don't know which, again, I'm repeating, sage and saint is sitting in your class, in which body. So you have to be very sensitive and careful when you go there. Are you part-time job or it's a full-time, and how sincere you are towards this. So sincerity is required, because we don't know what is happening. People are coming with their past karmas and all of those things, and kids, things can change. It's your own, you're building your own karmas too, by not being sincere to be as a guru. Sorry, that's my 2 cents. That's how I see it.
Thank you, Sister Shiva. I think Sister Shiva nicely put it. So what she's telling is the guru at least should have a guri. The teacher should have a guru first of all. And so I think, see, the reality in this world is everyone is worshipping. So in this case, Jnani is doing Acharya Upasana. So Jnani himself is supposed to do Acharya Upasana. That's irony, if you want to say, even a Jnani who we think is a very high state, that person also should have Acharya Upasana. So what it basically would mean is, even a guru, Balavika's guru also has an Acharya Upasana. Means who do they worship? Who are they paying obeisance to? So the thing is that lineage. So if Jnani will have an Acharya, that Acharya will have another Acharya, and so on. So that means you have to trace yourself to the original lineage. Only then you have the guru. So I think, maybe it's slight a digression, but our guru is Swami. Our source is Prashant Nilaya. If that connection is cut, then there is something wrong. So then everything will become nashta and brashta. So that's why it is not only ourselves. We'll say Balavika's guru, what is our role? No, everyone has 2 roles. Even an SSC teacher has 2 roles. In one, they have an acharya to worship. At the same time, they have another role down. So as long as the teacher is connected, our connection to the source is perfect, then everything which flows through will be fine. So it's like, if you have some electric thing, you have to go to the source and plug it. Only then the electricity will flow. So which is what Swami is saying. You love your guru, and from love guru, it will flow towards you. So as an SSC teachers, we have, or Balavika's teachers, I think that role is important. It is not only one way. And once our connection is connected, as Sister Shivani said, children will benefit on their own. We don't know when, who, where, because it is not we who bring about the transformation. It is what we have connected to that will bring about the transformation in us, and through us, others also. So I think who come to us is not within our hands, but we can have our hands connect to the source. So I think that's what coming through.
Yeah, thank you so much for putting it nicely. And just to add, the mere fact kids are sitting in Balavikas, it's a first step. They want to learn about Bhagawan. So it's a good thing. It's very positive. The mere fact they're coming in the morning and sitting there, I think it's all positive. Thank you, brother, for putting it so nicely. Sangha.
Thank you, sister. Again, Swami always says, if the tank is full, it will come. The teachers have to fill their tank, and that's what will come through the tap. Swami tells. So that means we have to connect. We have to, as teachers, we should do our Acharya Upasana.
Our sadhana, connect to the source. Yes.
Okay, so thank you. Thanks for the question, and we had a good discussion. Yes, Auntie Saku.
Yeah, adding
We
to
have
that.
only 1 minute, maybe
Okay.
30 seconds, Auntie.
Okay, adding to that, even the families are not, they don't have any idea about Sai Baba, nothing, most of the parents. So in some way, the parents also should be educated about Swami. If they are serious about bringing the children and getting some good benefit out of it, they have to get some. So my 1 minute finished.
Thank you. No problem.
Brother, quickly I'll say,
More time left, sister.
Gurutvam is only for the student and Guru, not parents. So Gurutvam, Gurutvam is only for, so with that, I'm just stopping. Thank you.
Saira, sister Saira.
Sairam, brother, I will take only 10 seconds. Sister Sumana Murali from the CLC, the study circle, the time, she nicely explained, when I look at this sentence, exactly, I went right in there. The Guru must shower grace on the disciple as freely and as spontaneously as the mother cow feeds the young calf with milk. And she particularly mentioned that those days they will go, maybe the gurus, they will go that if the student didn't come to the class, maybe at the end of the class, they will go their home with maybe little candies or sweets or birthday time. And that shows how much love the guru has on their the students and how care they are. And they will go, why didn't you come to the class? If they don't have anything to eat, some sort of maybe the connection, maybe even if we don't have that sort of the connections here in the North America, at least at least a phone call or some sort of birthday wishes, and some sort of things, it may attract the children towards the gurus. Maybe that is one of my thoughts from the CLC study circle. I thought that's an excellent point, Sister Sumana Broli brought in.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you,
sister.
brother.
Thank you. So I think we'll stop here if everyone is okay, and we'll continue next week. Okay, Sairam, everyone. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sairam, everyone.
Sairam, thank you.
Sairam.
Yes, Sairam.